So I am modifying my control center for my layout and putting something to hang the remote control onto, and this is going to mount up underneath the layout where I sit and watch the trains. And I was going to buy a plastic one on eBay, but then I thought I'd like to customize mine because I model Southern Pacific Railroad mainly. I have some other roads from the West Coast, but I mainly model Southern Pacific. So I thought, let me customize something for that. And so I came up with this little project to do, to have something to hang this remote on. Right here I'm drawing out a pattern for where I think I might want to mount my supports later on with this project, getting a rough idea. They won't maybe exactly be in the spot, but I'm trying to mount them into the neck of this remote control so I can hang on them. And these are the type of shelving screws that you would use to put in a shelf in your home, and it's double-sided. You got screws for the wood and then screws for the shelf. And I had some left over, so I decided this would be adding strength towards mounting my remote control, so I decided to use this on the back of the wooden stubs that I'm going to make, and then hang it on that. At this point, then I'm going to measure approximately where I want to drill the holes to mount those screws into. The idea with the ruler was to make it level, but of course, you know, in building anything, nothing's ever really level, but that was the idea of measuring it out with a straight edge. I've got some leftover pieces of, I believe it's oak, from a coat rack that I had made once upon a time. Just little trim pieces. I keep all of the trim pieces from any woodworking type of stuff I do, because I never know when a project will come up that I need it for. And then I cut these pieces down, and they will be what the remote hangs on. And as you'll see later, I drilled a hole, making this a little too tight so it wouldn't fit down in there, so I ended up having to drill another hole in addition to this one here later on, just to spread it out more. This was earlier when I was trying to fix that extra hole, because then it's going to make a weak point. And this type of Gorilla Glue has foam in it, so I put foam in there as a packing material, and then I took a toothpick and would work out the bubbles, and so I used that as a filler, so that way it wouldn't weaken the correct hole that was next to it. At this point, I had to replace this oak piece off camera because it was not the right height to match the other one that you see already installed in there. So I took a hacksaw and cut another piece off that was better height. They're not going to be perfect, but I just wanted it a little closer. At this point in the project, I'm clamping those down because, as I mentioned, it's a foam glue, so it'll pull those pins up. And I've opted to put the crest of Southern Pacific facing out on my holder here, because that's what I modeled. Then I'm cutting away all the excess foam with the X-Acto knife here, because it comes out the side.